Association, or Combined Residents Organisations.
Good afternoon, Mayor, councillors and staff. The thought behind the meeting of the open invitation combined residents was to bring us together to see if we could find common central agreement on the questions in the long-term plan. And in all but one area, water charges, we managed to do that unanimously. I want to put in an apology from Ross Holstein today. He unfortunately has a family bereavement, but this was actually his idea to bring us residents groups together. On rates, we want to see continuous efficiency within the council HQ, including wage costs, to ensure optimum return from our rates. Don't delay infrastructure repairs, though that will burden our next generation. That was quite a major thing that came out of the meeting. The peninsula water supply needs to be addressed, so all enjoy fresh water and also retention of water. We thought water tanks for new builds in our city would be a good idea going forward with climate change. Infrastructure and cycleways, we support, but we don't require gold-plated. Just practical, robust tender process and something that meets needs. Recycling, we'd like to see a uniformed approach across the country, even driven by central government. Team of 5 million worked quite well before, let's do it again. Residents groups will assist in the education of recycling. It's something we think we can pick up. Library hours nor the bus, please don't cut back. We had youth put some very powerful arguments forward to our meeting on not to cut the library hours. If we cut back this year, I mean, like, where do we start? Where do we finish? Do we keep cutting back every year? The bus exchange was a massive no to closing this. It was bewilderment how something only rebuilt recently and is the way of the future is now looking at being closed. Heritage, yes, it's important to all, not only in the central city. Arts Centre, important to capitalise on post-COVID. If we can get it built now, we're in a strong position going post-COVID. And Robert McDougall, let's get it back to its intended purpose. Council-owned properties, who decides if they're surplus? We would ask for a transparent, robust and suitable consultation with the affected communities before the final decisions are made. Reductions of grants, no, no, no. As groups, we are being stretched more than ever in building on ensuring the well-being of our communities. Yet we are threatened with cuts and no adjusted inflation figure going forward. Sam Callender of the City Council expertly facilitated 2 community funding nights and during the day, which he commented on were the most attended he'd ever seen, showing there's a real need for funds. An overriding view of this LTP is we are cutting back services but not having the fortitude or vision to look at these centres like Littleton Nakarawa service centres and how we can generate more income. The peninsula deserves the same level of service as Christchurch City, and that was something that came out strong in the meetings as well. Feedbacks across the residents group was this was the most difficult LPT to find the answers in and also to get timely answers from staff. The bubble looks great, but it lacked detailed information. The efforts of the council are there to see. We know you are trying to communicate with us, and we wonder going forward and with the next annual plan and LTPs, whether you come out to us and look at it from our eyes going in what information we want and how you can best get that information to us. Mary Ann Lomax was an example of how good the staff have been. At 11 o'clock one Saturday night, she emailed me through all the residents group's email addresses, which I thought was outstanding service. Finally, thank you for supporting the Yellow Bus to Ecan. We say go the Yellow Bus, and the next meeting will be held in 6 months' time.
Yours was actually one of the first submissions that I read. I read a whole group of them. They were all based on organisations. And I was really impressed that you'd gone to the extent of reaching out to other residents associations, bringing them together, and that you're now setting this up as a method of working all year round. So I'm pretty sure that I can speak for the council when I say that I'm sure the council as an organisation would like to be there at the next meeting that you have, and actually to take up your offer about working collaboratively at the front end of processes rather than being just on the receiving end. I think, I've heard so many submissions so far that have come from different parts of the city where I think, gosh, if we'd taken a more, sort of localised approach on this issue, this could have been brought to our attention. It could have been fed into the LTP process. So I wanted to congratulate you for for taking the initiative and doing this.
I'll pass that on to Ross as well.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. The next is Bryant McIntyre for Christchurch